What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of FTB Infinity Evolved here in Minecraft. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. If you have, make sure you guys smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. So in last episode, we went ahead and we made ourselves an alloy smelter. And then so in between episodes, I went ahead and made ourselves the sag mill and the vat. And then I also made ourselves a meteorite compass. And so we need the sag mill for a couple things, and then we need the vat for quite a lot of things. So we could actually, I guess I didn't need to clear that. So if we look at the sag mill recipe, pretty straightforward. Just a machine chassis and some iron pistons, obsidian, not too bad. And then the vat also wasn't very bad either. Just a little bit of electrical steel, a cauldron, machine chassis, fluid tank, and a furnace. So both pretty straightforward. Oh, and then the meteorite compass was honestly the easiest. Just some iron and then a charged Certus quartz crystal, which we had on hand. So we went ahead and plopped those down, so those are going good. So I was kind of trying to decide what we were going to do for today's episode. I'm leaning nuclear energy, but I know we've been doing a lot of tech-related things, and this most certainly is just going to kind of continue down that rabbit hole of tech. However, I think we're going to change gears a little bit and kind of shift our lane and kind of do some magic, do some Thaumcraft and Botania. I'm not really sure where we're going to put either of them, because if we look down here, we're kind of running all of our conduits and our wires down here. Now we could dig further down, right? Kind of have an in-between space. Although there is a ravine down there, but that doesn't really concern us. We could just mine around it. We could also expand kind of this warehouse. Now we also have this room, which currently does not have a purpose, but the reason I don't want to use it is part of the reason I don't want to use it is I don't think it's going to be big enough. I guess what we could do is we could still use it and just make it a double room, right? And so build one more room next to it, and then right here we have this kind of void between the rooms. This is for us to just run wires, or if we have things on these walls, we'll have space to do it, right? So it's kind of that maintenance corridor. So we could do a double room for Thaumcraft / Botania, but both of those are very, I don't want to say very large, but they do have quite a big footprint in terms of magic stuffs. So if we look at what we need to get both of those, actually, you know what? Let's use the meteorite compass first, and then we'll go and look at the magic stuffs. So the meteorite compass works similar to a compass, and that, so if we fly up here, let's take a little, oh, we only have 30 jetpack fuel, let's go recharge. So basically, if we look at where that little blue knob is, so as we spin, it stays pointing in this direction, so it's telling us, hey, there is an AE2 meteor off in that direction. So if we go fly over in that direction, somewhere there should be, in theory, a meteor, and then in the middle of that meteor there should be a chest, and in that chest there should be little like imprints or scribes. I forget what they're called. Luckily for us, we can leave it on our toolbar, and so we can keep flying to it. In case anybody didn't realize, the hang glider basically allows us to get the most out of a jetpack. Because although we only have the tier 1, oh, we passed it. Really? Anyway, oh. Okay. So it says we're right on top of it. I don't know if I believe this. Okay. I guess we're digging for buried treasure. I don't remember this working like this. I could have sworn the meteors were above ground. So me and my friends just finished playing at Pixelmon, and it had a... Wait, was it Pixelmon? No, it was MC Eternal that we were just playing. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Nope, ow. Okay, well, I didn't find any meteors, so, we're just gonna go look on the map really quick then. Yeah, there's no meteor here. There is, in fact, a meteor over here. Okay, we're gonna go fly to this one really quick, unless there's one. No, it doesn't look like there's one north of here. Alright, so we're gonna go fly to this one really quick, and I'll be right back. And we're back. So I went ahead and found ourselves a meteor. So this is what they look like. So they kind of have this impact site um, of where it basically landed, right? And so depending on where it lands, it will actually use the blocks. So it's not always just generic, like, oh, doesn't really match, but it will actually use the blocks of where it is. So if it lands, say, I've seen if it lands in the desert, it will use glass. It will basically turn the sand into glass, which is really, really cool. And so effectively we look for about the middle. This seems about like the middle. And then we combine down, sky stone, sky stone. Okay, there should be a chest. Okay, maybe. Is that not the middle? That was definitely not the middle. Yep, there we go. And now we have a chest. And so we get the achievement Unknown Technology. And so we get the inscriber Silicon Press. Awesome. So if we go ahead and take a look at our little book and go back up to better, go here. So we need to make 5 inscribers. So in order to automate the inscribers without having to move around the presses, you need 5 inscribers, 4 for the inscriber press and 1 for making them into processors. All right. That's good. Use factor manager. So basically in this and in quite a few packs, in order to automate, let's see, we'll do, no. Okay, fine. So in order to find all the inscribers, right, so the machine is called an inscriber. So it uses a pure source quartz crystal and overclocker upgrades. These are pretty straightforward. Coolant is made from you gonna tell me how it's made, game, or do I have to guess? Okay, I guess I have to just guess how coolant cells are made. I see 2 coolant. Blue transposer. It's made with that. Okay. Here we go. Maybe not. Alright, well, I'll figure that out when we cross that bridge. Anyway. There also might be other ways of getting these. Maybe. I don't know. We'll look into that when we cross that bridge. Anyway, in order to basically make all of these circuits and stuff we need a engineering press. We need a logic press. We need a calculation press, and we need a silicon press. And each of those 4 presses allows us to do a thing. There's also technically a name press, but we don't really need it. Actually don't know if you find that as well. We can, of course, make more. Pretty sure we just find them. So you basically, I'm pretty sure it's 1 per meteorite, although I want to say I remember finding, or having found 1 or 2 more in the chest. But again, that could have been some sort of weird mod that overwrote the loot pool. So if we look around on our map, trying to think if I can see any from all our explorations besides this one. Oh, here's another one. The only downside is you don't. Oh, and another one. Oh, that's pretty good. 2 right next to each other. but you don't really know what you're going to get. So in theory, you could get the same inscribe each time, which is not great. Um, but yeah. So I think we'll probably put, ow, exploring AE2 and getting all the inscribers. Ah, don't shoot at me. And Minecraft is weird right now because my sounds are disappearing and reappearing. I'll probably have to restart my game. Because, like, right now, there's no sound. It's eerie-ish. But then I'll hit a block. Like, the block noise makes sense. Do I have my music sound? No, music's on. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, so I'm gonna head back to base. We'll put applied energistics on a hold for a little bit. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what a meteor looked like and kind of the process in finding them. And so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do magic, but I'm gonna need to hollow out an area for it. So I'm gonna probably go ahead and do that first. At least, actually, you know what? No, we're gonna use the empty room temporarily, and then once we grow with the mods, well, with either of them, then we'll expand them into their own like room. Yeah, so we'll head back to the base. Not sure which one we'll start with. I've done Botania. I haven't done Thaumcraft super intensively, but we'll see. Maybe we'll do Thaumcraft first. We'll see. So I will meet you guys back at the base. And we're back. Alright, so I went ahead and made both the books we need, the Thaumonomicon and the Lexica Botania. So I have decided we're going to do Thaumcraft first. Sorry to those of you who were hoping for Botania, but Botania is going to get done, just not first. Also, I'm not forgetting the Twilight Forest. We'll get there in due time. Same with the Ender Dragon. Those will happen. Just they're not usually the first thing I do, or the middle, or the third, or the fourth. They're things that usually get pushed out. But in due time, we'll get there. Anyway, so both of these books, in case you haven't seen them, are effectively like their own little quest guides or their own little questing books. So the Botania is basically its own little kind of guide to things, and so we can look at all these. See that up, it's a thing. We can. It's funny. It tells you how to make itself inside of itself, so that's kind of funny. We can look at mystical flowers. Also, these red arrows are a Botania thing. It's just a tutorial, effectively. It just shows you how to make things, get little, I don't know, just little helpful tidbits. But anyways, we're just gonna go stick that right there. All right, so mana beans are important. So, quite a lot. It looks, I don't know, a little bit different from when I remember playing Thaumcraft, but we'll see. So there's quite a lot of information kind of thrown at us here, and not really any sort of like guide, if you will. And then from what it looks like, there's no particular starting point. Like, oh, you start here and you branch off. So you have alchemy, artifice, golems. Oh, I forgot golems were in Thaumcraft. I don't know why, but I always thought the golems were a separate mod. Okay, some things here. Thaumic tinkering. Interesting. Okay, that's good to know that kind of connects there and there. Bees. Technically, this is 100% work in progress, as the book kind of says. There are a few things I would like to look at for this. One being, must be to combine, yes. Okay, how do I guess that. Okay. So, there is a ring that I would eventually want to get. Primal charms form an important basis. Some of the rings I want are, I believe there's a flying ring we can get, which basically gives us creative, like, flying, which will be very nice. Anyway, so if we look at our homepage, right, so some basic information. So there's Auroras and Nodes, Advanced Node, enchantments, ores, plants and trees, strange creatures, knowledge fragments. So knowledge fragments basically allow us to get research notes, which kind of expand the book. And we'll find those kind of throughout our journeys. So there's just different research we can kind of move to. There's warp and flux, and basically just allows us to do things. And so there's different aspects here we can look at. So more or less everything kind of has its own little aspect that we're going to need for crafting. Now let's see. The most important thing is we're going to need a wand. We're going to be a wizard, Harry. So we need to make some iron caps, which thankfully this shows us the recipe, so we don't have to go look it up. So we're going to need a little bit of iron nuggies, and we're going to need a stick. So let's go grab those iron nuggies and a stick. And then we're going to make ourselves a wand, and we will become Harry Potter. Well, maybe not Harry Potter, but we're going to become a wizard. That's not the right iron. 2 iron ingots. Boop, boop. We only need 1 stick. Oh, we gotta turn these into nuggy. Nuggy. Iron cap, and bam. That's it. We're a wizard. That's the end of the show. No. Stay tuned for 4 more, how many movies were there? There were like 8. I don't know. We're making our own wizarding franchise. But what do we do with the swan, you might ask? Well, if we go ahead and look at our book, our handy... No, not that book. This book. Our handy dandy wand. We can do different things. We can make different wand caps. We can also do different focuses with it. We can also do different cores with it, similar to Harry Potter. There are certain things that, again, are important to note. So the reason we can't click on any of these is if we read the little red text, you need scribing tools and paper to get this research note. So then we have to ask ourselves, okay, well, how do we do that? So we do basic alchemy, and then we look and say, okay, well, we need to, actually, we might be able to look at this book as well for kind of some clues. So we need to craft like a magician. So we need basically make ourselves a Thaumcraft crafting table, and we'll get some knowledge fragments for it. So in order to do it, we need to basically look back in here. So we want to get a arcane work table, but in order to do that, we just need to make a simple table, which requires great wood. Well, in order to get great wood, we need to go chop some down. So let's see if there's any right outside. So if there isn't, we're gonna have to go find some. I prefer not to have to go hunt for a tree in the middle of the night. I suppose we could go sleep, but that requires effort on my end. And let's see. I think that's a great wood over there to our left. Ah, spacebar, please. I prefer not to fall to my death. Also, notice when we hold the wand up in the top left-hand corner underneath our little jetpack fuel that, oh, we are almost out of. Oh, crap. And there's creepers. Well, I guess this is going to be a time for some amazing race type shit. Or Mission Impossible. Bleh. English hard. Mission Impossible. This is what happens when I record late. Alright, let's go and grab ourselves some of this. And try to cut ourselves a little hole. Okay, let's hop up. Oh. We're on the ground. I didn't like that sound. Oh, Jesus. No. Oh, good God. Get me to the safety. Oh. And then... Cool. We're in the safety... Oh, that could have been really bad. That, who put a hole there in the floor? You know, that might only be a OSHA safety hazard. Don't worry, it's fine. We'll put, like, little cones or something up. Nobody saw that. Alright, so back to this. So, in order to make the table, we need great wood planks. So, let's go over to a crafting bench. Okay, how do I get these logs? That's great game, but, okay. Well, shit. Sawmill, okay, I was gonna say, please tell me the only way is not going through Botania, which, I mean, okay, it's fine, we could go do Botania, but having, it looks like it doesn't require, like, any mana, but, like, okay, we can just use a sawmill, but we don't have a sawmill. Well, crap. I thought we were... Wanna see me do stupid shit again? Because I'm gonna just jump right into that hole at this point. Alright, well, I think we're gonna have to probably put in a cut here. Didn't really get much done today, I feel like, but we made books, and knowledge is power. We have a wand. That I think is the culmination of today's episode and the introduction of magic. So, hope you guys were at least informed about some things. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you guys did, you guys know what to do. Smash that like button. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns for me, leave that down below. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button and turn on the little bell notification so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.